Okay, hi guys. If I smile, it's just a coping mechanism. None of this shit is funny to me. I'm very, very pissed off right now. Yeah. So, I came to Jamaica on January 28th. I arrived here with my two friends, Amanda and Carolina. We were staying, and I'm still staying at Ocean Coral Spring Resort in Trelawny, Jamaica, West Indies. My mother is here with me. They are not allowing my mother to see me. Okay? So, basically, we got to the resort on the 28th, and we were going to leave Monday, February 1st. So, in order to come back into the United States, you need a COVID test to return to the States. No matter if you're a citizen, no matter what, like, you need a test to come back, right? So, fine. We just tested negative to come to Jamaica because you need a COVID test to come into the island. So, we all tested negative. No problem. Nobody has any symptoms. Nobody has anything. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's ready to get drunk and have a good time, right? So, we do the COVID test on Saturday because you need it 3 days before your departure. No more than 3 days. And Amanda's on the live, and she will tell her story as well. But anyway, so we all did our COVID test. The COVID tests that they gave us were super janky, and they even said that they don't always come out with the right results or whatever. So we take a COVID test Saturday. Amanda and Carolina's tests come back negative. Mine comes back positive, right? So immediately I'm like, that makes no sense. Like, me and Carolina were sharing the bed. We had a room with two beds. Amanda was in her own bed. Carolina was in my bed. There's no way even Carolina did not test positive. There's no way. So I'm like, okay, maybe it was, there are false positives. I'm not going crazy over it. My boyfriend, I told him to go get tested to make sure that it wasn't something that I had before coming here. He's negative. Everybody else I was in contact before coming here was negative. There's no way my shit is positive. No way. Mind you, they said that the test was positive, but I never saw a result, right? So we were ready to go to Dunn's River Falls. We were waiting for our driver. We're sitting in the lobby. They come over to me and they're like, "Are you Kalina?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Kalina." So they're like, "Come with me." This tall Jamaican man named Earl, okay? I'm giving out all the details. God forbid that I'm unable to speak anymore. You guys have this live and you guys can speak for me because I don't know what the fuck is going on in here. So anyway, they take me into this room, this back room. My friends did not know where the room was. I sat there and I spoke with this other lady named Rachel, and she is Dominican. Okay, so Rachel and Earl spoke with me and they said, your test came back positive, so we cannot allow you to leave the facility and you have to go back to your room. So I said, okay, but wouldn't you quarantine my friends too because they were in contact with me? So he's like, no, they're going to be free to go, but you can't go. First red flag, because if anybody knows anything about COVID, whoever you were around also needs to quarantine, right or wrong. So the man escorts me to my room, right? To the original room that we paid for. Mind you, we paid near $1,700 to stay in that room. We paid bread to stay in that room, okay? Nobody is on the resort on top of that. The resort is empty because nobody's traveling. Okay, so I don't understand why we couldn't stay in the room that we paid for. And if the room is contaminated, why can't we stay in the room? You want us to infect other rooms? That makes no sense. So anyway, the man takes me back to the room, and then my friends follow. Then there's a knock on the door, and somebody's like, yeah, I'm the tourist manager, whatever the fuck his title was. And he's like, yeah, unfortunately you have to quarantine for 14 days. So I'm like, quarantine for 14 days? I don't have COVID. Like, you know something in your spirit, like when you know something is right or wrong? Like, I knew, and I know to this second that I do not have COVID. To this second. Okay, I've been sick numerous times from COVID start to now. Never had COVID, never had the antibodies for COVID. I'm a fucking flight attendant. I work with COVID and I've never had COVID. You mean to tell me I come to Jamaica and catch COVID? Come on. So anyway, I'm like, whatever. So I'm just complying because it's a real shock to me. I'm like, what the hell is going on? We came here for vacation and now this is turning left. So then they're like, you and your friends have to quarantine. So I'm thinking that me and my friends are going to be in the same room and we're going to be able to quarantine together. No. So the man is like, well, how much time do you need to pack up your things? I was like, give us 30 minutes because I'm trying to figure something out. You know, I'm like, is this really happening to me? Is this really happening to us? You know, we were having such a good time on this vacation, and then just like that, everything is, you know, swiped under your feet. So anyway, the man comes back maybe 45 minutes later, and he's like, we're going to put you in a room. So I'm like, what room? Like, and I need to know what room my friends are going to, because we're not, first of all, I didn't understand why we were being separated. That's number one. Number two, why can't I know what room my friends are going to? And why aren't the rooms right next to each other? Furthermore, I'm getting to that. So, immediately I'm like, what is going on? Because it's getting scary now. Like, now I'm feeling very uneasy. So I'm in the room by myself. I was in room 1121, I believe. And yeah, so I'm in room 1121 and I'm in the room by myself. It's really dark in there. It's dirty. We're on a side of the hotel that you can tell when they don't use these rooms for guests. Like, these rooms are not, like, there's not even all the pictures on the wall. Like, if I go in the bathroom, you'll see, like, the pictures aren't even on the wall, like the other room that we paid to be in. Like, they do not put guests in these rooms. I don't know if they're training rooms. I don't know what these rooms are for. I don't know if they're for swingers. I don't know what these rooms are for, but they're not for guests. And I don't know why we were put in these rooms. So anyway, we're put in the rooms with no key to get out. Now, when we first got in the room, I was trying to ask the man for further clarification on what was happening, what were the next steps, what was going to be happening to us. The man didn't know anything. So he didn't realize that I come from a Jamaican family. So I understand patois, right? So the man is, before he closed the door on me, he's walking my friends to the other room. So I'm asking him and I'm like, where are my friends going? Because you're not going to just lock me up in a room, number one. And number two, you're not going to lock up my friends in a room. So I don't know where they are. It's not going to work. It's not going to work for me. So I'm asking the man, I'm like, where are you taking them? He's like, I'm not talking to you right now. Go in the room. Go in the room. Cursing me out, right? So I'm like, is he serious right now? So I go in the room because I'm, again, in shock. Like, this is not happening right now. So the guy comes and he knocks on my door and he's with a security guard now. So now the security guard is standing behind him and he comes to the door and he was like, what was you trying to ask me? I said, why were you just so disrespectful to me? So we started going back and forth, and I don't remember the correct exchange of words, but we were, yeah, I'm documenting because I'm not no fool, okay? So anyway, we're going back and forth and he's, you know, cursing me out, talking in patois. So I'm cursing him back out too, because I want you to know that I know what you're saying and you're going to know what I'm saying, okay? Period. So he was saying something and I was like, what is your number anyway in case I need to call you? Because you're not going to just lock me up in a room and I don't know what's going on. So he gives me his number and apparently he gave my friends his number as well. So this is where things took a turn. I closed the door in his face because I'm like, I'm done fucking talking to you. Like, I don't have anything else to say to you because you're being rude. And honestly, like, as a woman, there's certain ways that you speak to a woman. You do not speak to a woman any kind of way. I'm not a man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm by myself. You're not going to talk to me like that and try to make me feel, you know, inferior to you. It's not going to work. I'm not the one for that. So anyway, we're in the room. There's no water in the room. There's one sheet on the bed, one pillow on the bed. The room is freezing. The floor is dirty. There's hair all over the bathroom. The toilet is dirty, like someone just sat their bare ass on that shit, okay? The mirrors are filthy. The tiles in the stand-up shower look like mold and all kinds of craziness. Like, it was disgusting. So I'm like, I can't shower in here. I can't brush my teeth in here. And to top it off, the water was brown. Yes, I took photos. I have proof of everything. The water was running brown. So that was it for me. I was like, I cannot brush my teeth. Like, I can't even brush my teeth in here. No. So I'm texting the guy, like, what is going on? What are the next steps? Like, what are we going to do? I have everything, guys. Yeah, I have everything. I vlogged everything because I was vlogging for my YouTube to make a travel vacation vlog, and it just turned into the trip from hell. But anyway, so I'm texting the guy. He's ignoring me. He's ignoring my friends. They're calling too. They're being ignored. They had a lizard on their curtain inside. Let me show you guys this curtain. They had a lizard on it. Nobody came to help them. So now we're in the room maybe like 2 hours now. Nobody has came to check on us. Nothing. So something told me to peek my head out in the hallway to see what was going on, who was out there. Sure enough, there's a security guard out there. So now I'm like, okay, now I'm scared because now there's someone there to attack me if I try to leave. Now I'm being held hostage. Oh yeah, my friend's phone, their phone right here, did not work. So if they didn't have service, and the Wi-Fi was super janky in those rooms, if they did not have Wi-Fi, if I didn't have a way to contact them, like if I wasn't smart enough to call their phone, luckily there's another phone in the bathroom. They had to use the phone in the bathroom to contact me. Okay, like it was insane. So again, we're in there for like 2 hours. Nobody's bringing us food. Nobody's calling to say, are you okay? No water, nothing. Until we've been reaching out to corporate. We've reached out to everybody. Like, this is insane. If the staff is sleeping in that room, something is wrong. But anyway, so after that, I'm blowing up the front desk. I'm like, somebody needs to change my room now. Like, or I'm leaving. And I'm coughing on everybody because I have COVID, remember? Mind you, I've never seen a result. My friends haven't seen a result. Nothing. So I'm calling, and I fell asleep on the bed. I was freezing in that room. Freezing, right? So finally someone calls me back. I think it was the nurse or whatever, and she's like, what's going on in the room? I'm like, what do you mean what's going on in the room? I'm in this room by myself. My friends are in the other room. They have an animal on their curtain. Their phone doesn't work. We haven't ate in hours. The water is brown. My TV doesn't work. That was another thing. The Wi-Fi is janky. I can't even talk to anybody. Like, what do you mean what is going on in the room? Fix it. You know what I mean? So she's like, okay. So then I don't know who she called, but after she hung up with me, somebody else called my phone, and they were like, is everything okay? I'm calling from the guest service desk. So I gave her the laundry list of shit that was wrong too. Like, what do you guys know that people don't stay in these rooms? Why would you even do that? After we spent our hard-earned money to stay at this resort, COVID or not, if I spend my money here, you need to keep up the hospitality you had when you didn't think I had COVID. And that's that. There's no negotiation about that. So anyway, finally, maybe an hour went by or whatever, and I think my friends told me first that somebody came to move them to another room. So somebody came and moved them, and then someone came and knocked my door and was like, oh, it's time for you to move. So I literally moved one door down to 1123 where I am right now, and I've been in this room since Saturday, January 30th, and today is February 4th. I don't even know what day it is, what time it is. It's insane. So there's still a guard outside my door. So I immediately was like, let's do a retest, because what? I immediately